Let's get this going, everybody. Welcome to another NBA Player Prop live stream. It is me, Chavez. I'm back. We are back at a different time, but had some things to take care of this morning and got them done. And we are starting our live stream a little later in the day, a little earlier in the afternoon, later in the morning, however you want to word it. But we're talking player props. We could talk about player props from yesterday, how everybody's slips went, the player props we talked about in the stream, go over some injury news, call it a day. Pretty quick to the point today. Not going to waste a whole lot of time talking about nonsense. So let's just get into it. Hope everybody's doing well. Hope this stream finds you all doing well and in good spirits. The week is almost up. Going into the weekend, trying to end on a positive note, building that bankroll, making withdrawals. Pretty fun night in the Discord last night. We had a lot of winning tickets. Had a lot of people closing out the night with some nice profit yesterday. So it was a good night for a lot of people. Let's talk about some injury news before we get into other news. Let's talk about what we got going on today in the NBA. We got Halliburton out, Levine out, Zinkoff. That's a Sacramento King, and then Cam Reddish plays for the Lakers now. Questionable. We got Anthony Davis out with, questionable with an Achilles injury, Achilles soreness. LeBron James is questionable with an ankle. You got Hartenstein is questionable. Jalen Smith and Cam Johnson and Marcus Morris Sr. is also probable. So there's not a whole lot going on in the NBA, not a whole lot going on in terms of injury news, which is good for us. We can just focus on the plays that we want. We don't have to worry about anybody being ruled out or ruled in last minute. So let's get it going. Good morning. Good morning. Oh my gosh. Infamous Mel, what's going on? Good afternoon, ATM. Good afternoon, Ashley. Good afternoon, Jim, the judge. Good afternoon, Darrell. What's going on, man? Good afternoon to you as well. Yeah, different time this morning. I got things going on in the morning now, and so it might throw a wrench in future live streams. Not every day. A few days a week, I may have to push the live stream time into the afternoon. So this is kind of good. It's kind of a good test to see how this goes at this time. If this is a good time for people, if they're able to make it. I understand that not everybody has a free schedule they can just pop on and off, but I just have to make it work for me and kind of go around my schedule. So hopefully everybody can still join, and we can still break some stuff down and enjoy the time together. All right, so let's just get into player props. I mean, I got a super late start this morning. I'll be 100% honest. I didn't get a chance to do a ton of research. There's a couple of player props that I did have my eyes on. One of them did get bumped up. The other one is still on the board. And it's Colin Sexton's 3-pointers. I do like that one. The other one I liked was a first half player prop for Nikola Jokic. 23.5 PRA, and that one got bumped up to 24. So only one game to look at for Jokic last season versus the Knicks, and he didn't do too well. He didn't go over point total. He didn't go over PRA. He didn't go over first half. So it's in New York, and it's just a nasty game environment. Another one I was looking at was the under on Jamal Murray's points, and I was seeing that at 25.5, and it's at 24.5 over on Prizepicks. So again, Prizepicks does not offer the same lines that we see everywhere else. So it does make it difficult to build slips because those lines get bumped down or bumped up, not in our favor. So I'm a little stuck right now. I haven't really built out any slips. I plan on doing that after the stream. But right now, I'm a little stuck right now in terms of my player props. And that's why I haven't posted anything in the Discord this morning. So all over the place this morning. But we're going to talk player props. We're going to talk your player props. If you want to put in the chat how your night went last night, winning slips. I know there's one person in the chat that had a hell of a good night. At least I saw her earlier. in the chat. Ashley still in the chat. Ashley had a hell of a good night last night. Cleaned up. I think she had 8-9 winning slips. A few 25Xs in there as well. I won't blast your amounts on stream, but she had a very profitable night. I will say that. So congratulations to her. Crushed all her slips on Prizepicks, and I believe she was playing on Dabble, Scrabble, Babble. That one. So good night. Good job for her. All right. Divine, what's going on? Good afternoon. I almost said good morning. Good afternoon. ROK, good afternoon to you. Jalen Rose, good afternoon. Joel Embiid, 40-point demon. Yeah, let's talk some demons and goblins. We got finally got the demon and goblin up on the board for the NBA. You knew it was only a matter of time, and it is up there now. So got quite a few up there that we can go over. Dabble, there it is. Rodrigo, good afternoon. Welcome into the chat. Hit the like button on your way in. 18 viewers. 18 likes would be great. I'll take 10. 10 out of 18. I know not everybody hits that like button. I'm guilty of it too. When I'm watching the stream, I forget to hit it. Need that reminder. So I'll be reminding you throughout the stream, hit that like button if you haven't done so already. What do I think about the demons? I like them. At least I like the ones in the NFL. Those are super fun. I love the correlation. I love correlating quarterback to receiver, quarterback to running back or tight end. You can line up pretty good demon slip, go for that 100X. I think the highest X I hit on a demon slip was 46X. So putting $5 on a 46X is pretty profitable. And what I love about the demon slips, if you aren't familiar with them, it boosts your payout, not just for a perfect slip, but it'll boost your payout for the the 4 out of 5, 5 out of 6. So even if you don't go perfect on your slip, I mean your standard payout on a 4 out of 5, 5 out of 6 is 2X. So if you put $10 on it, that's 20. But on a demon slip, you'll see that boosted up to 4.5 or 5.75. So you go from doubling your money to 5Xing it, 6Xing it. That's still a pretty good hit. So it's fun to sweat those out. It's been fun to sweat them out in the NFL. We'll see how it goes today in the NBA with these demon slips. NBA is a little bit more volatile in terms of how, I mean, we already know the NBA, blowouts, rotations being cut short, injuries, more frequent. So we'll see how that works out for us. But if you got your eyes on a demon prop, let me know. We'll put it on the board and we'll start breaking these down. We'll use props.cash today to break these down. And hopefully you are further along in your research process than I am. I'm all over the place today. Lil Bud, what's going on? Good afternoon. Sabonis, 43.5 PRA. Jesse Chabet, Gerbert. I don't know why I put that extra R in there, man. Did not mean to butcher that. Yeah, Jalen Duren. What the fuck? It's afternoon. I'm gonna cuss a little bit more in the afternoon streams. What the fuck? Foul trouble for Jalen Duren and foul trouble for Jabari Walker. It's frustrating to see Jalen Duren get in foul trouble because you saw what he could do in the second half where he stayed out of foul trouble and he ended the night with 10 RA. He fell short by 4. And he gave us 8 rebounds and assists in the second half. I mean, that's what he can do. I mean, that's 16 RA. I mean, he's very consistent when he's on the court. So that was really frustrating to watch. And then Jabari Walker was probably the reach out of the 3 that I talked about. Ended the night with 6. Fell short. He also got into foul trouble too. 4 fouls. Sengun crushed his assists. He had 4 assists in the first quarter. That was never a sweat. I did double that up with Luka. Luka fell short by 2 RA. He almost pushed it at 17. He had 17. His line was 18. What a crazy game that was. Dallas was comfortably ahead at the half, and then the script just flips and they lose by 20. Crazy shit. Devin Booker goes off again. Another basically 50-point game for him. So I got very lucky yesterday because I did have one power play that did hit. I played a first half power play, so that was like my only win yesterday. So yesterday was the first day this week that I took a loss. The other days have been profitable, but yesterday was my first loss. But looking to bounce back for sure. Get on the right track today. Those bums hooked my slips, made me lose 500. Yeah. Mookie had a great night last night. Shout out to her, killing it. And I saw one of her slips this morning. So I've been guilty of this in the past. After a good night, tend to play a little bit more in your slip. You win, let's just hypothetically say you win $200, $300, okay? And you're typically playing $5 entries. Well, you win that 300 the next day, you're like, I'll play 10, I'll play 15. I saw her slip this morning and she's sticking with the $5 entry. So like, you talk about good practices, sticking to your practice, not spending, not getting crazy. And you would think that you have a good night. It gives you a little bit more wiggle room, but I was happy to see her not put $100 slip out there just because she won some money. So I love that. Hopefully she hits again today and keeps it going and going and going and going. Shy. Dude, Denny crushed full game in the first half. He absolutely destroyed. Kuzma destroyed everybody's slip. His RA, that man is on a mission right now. I mean, he is averaging basically 15, 16 RA over the last 4 games. Ooh, that was crazy. He just against a really good Minnesota team. I'm starting to think that Minnesota's defense might not be as strong as the rankings indicate. We've seen players like produce against them now, so maybe this is something to look deeper into and not be too scared off by those twin towers. Strus hooked it, right? 6. He fell short with 1 by 1. All right. Hit that like button on your way in. We're about to get into some player props. Obviously, I'm stalling a little bit, letting the chat fill up a little bit, but we are going to get into some player props. We're going to start building out our first slip over on Prizepicks, and we'll skip over to the odds shopper pick'em table just to look at some value, see if there's anything on the board that we like, and then we'll get back into the prop. So let's kick it off. I want to look at this Colin Sexton 1.5 3-pointers made. That's the one I really like. I just a couple that I have my eyes on to pair it up with got bumped. So I might go back to the Denver-New York game. I think that's going to be a really sloshy game, and I might be looking to take some unders there, but I don't want to rush the slip. So let's start with Colin Sexton. We'll start there. This might be my play of the day. His 3-pointers made by default, unless I see something else throughout this stream. But right now, I really like what he's been doing. And we talked about sometimes players are just on a roll and, we just don't bet against them anymore. He does look like the Colin Sexton that was in Cleveland prior to all the injuries. When he was the guy they were trying to build around, he looks like that guy now. He looks very strong. And as long as we keep getting favorable props for him, I don't see the problem with taking overs. All right. Scrolling all the way up. Making sure I don't miss anything. ATM. Got here way too early. Sorry about the time switch. Yeah, I know that threw people off a little bit, but either that or not do a stream at all. I figured bumped it up a little bit, still get a stream in for today. Patrick Williams points over, and Curry assist over. That matchup, Kings and Warriors, could be fun. I'm going to pull up Patrick Williams just because he's a name that we don't often see. We don't really look at names like his. Caruso, Williams, guys like that. Let's pull up his points prop. Let's see what that. I think we all know Curry's capable of going over his props, and he's usually in a favorable position. But let's look at Patrick Williams. Let's dig a little deeper and pull up a name that we don't usually pull up on the board. We'll start there. Jalen, you want to look at Embiid's 40-point demon? We'll look at his point prop. If you have your eyes on his point prop. I literally searched demon. I clearly have not had enough caffeine today. So 39.5. Yeah, he needs 40 to hit this. So, okay. Let's dig into this because on paper, this doesn't seem like a tough number for him to hit based off what he's been doing the last 10 games. But we'll dig into it. ROK says LeBron James rebounds 8.5, liking the over on this one. Listen, if Anthony Davis today with I'm assuming it's an Achilles soreness type of thing. It's not an Achilles injury because he's going to be questionable. He'd be out. But if he's limited or he's out, I do think that helps LeBron James. In rebounds. Wait, am I looking at the right one? Because we got his rebounds at 7. You're seeing that, right? LeBron James rebounds at 7, not 8.5. We'll pull that one up. Let's look up Fox. Let's look up De'Aaron Fox points and assists. De'Aaron Fox's points don't look bad either. Demon points and regular points. But we're looking up his points and assists. His demon assist is 6.5. His normal assist is 5. Four 3-pointers, 1 block shot. All right, he's got a lot of props up there today. 42 fantasy score. That might be something to look at as well. Dude, I don't see his points and assists. Am I missing it? I see PRA. I see assist, fantasy score, points and rebounds. Oh, there it is. Okay. Points and assists, that's 5. Let's see. ROK said he did bet Sexton's 3s. Okay, cool. All right, cool. See if I can find one that I haven't seen yet. All right, Lil Bud says Sabonis PRA 43.5. Do you like the over or under on that one? We'll pull it up, but let me know so we can make a case. All right, so we got Sexton, Patrick Williams, Joel Embiid. I'm curious though. Let me just select something so we can see what the payout would be with that Embiid demon in there. Sometimes you don't have to load them up with a bunch of demons to get a nice boost. So this goes from a 25x to a 30x. That one demon gets you 5x extra. This goes from a 2x on a 5 correct to a 3x. So this is a pretty solid boost here, assuming that you wanted to play all these in one slip. But just to show you, just that one demon really does add some profit to your slip. You don't have to go crazy and get like very risky with these. You can use them to your advantage and like make some pretty good slips. So Let's do it. Let's head over to props.cash. We got 6 on the board. Let's knock these out and we'll come back, refresh, and restart, reload. We're going to head to Utah and Washington, and we're going to take a look at this Colin Sexton three-pointer prop. Appreciate everybody being here. Different time. Appreciate you making time to check it out. Over the last 10 games, Sexton has gone over in 5. Gone over in 3 of his last 5. So he's bringing in a 50 and 60% hit rate in those games where he's giving you 2 and 3s. This is what he's doing. He is capable of failing though. So, it's easy to look at all the green, but remember, he's not a machine. He's a man. So this is what he's also capable of doing. Take a look at Washington's defense. They allow a ton of points. Middle of the road in 3-point percentage and 3-pointers made. So they're a little closer to the league average there. But everything else, they're just giving up tons of production. Taking a look at Colin Sexton's projection here at 1.87, which is closer to 2. So this one looks like a solid play to me. I haven't even looked at his full game points, but just for shits and gigs, if it's at 22.5, like I see it on props.cash, you're getting favorable odds to the over on this one. The matchup is definitely there for him to go over this. He is projected for 22, so he's projected for the hook. But we're not going to dive into all his props. I just wanted to look at his 3. I just wanted to look at his points, because 3-pointers and full game points correlate really well. If you wanted to create 2 slips with his props, you would think that if he's going over on his 3s, he's going to go over on his points. At least it'll help him go over on his points. So that's a nice correlation you can build with 2 different slips. Let's take a look at Chicago. No Zach LaVine. I'll continue to say it. The Bulls look like a different team without LaVine. They should put that on a shirt. And I don't think his presence is needed anymore in Chicago. They're building something really good. At least they're staying competitive with teams otherwise you thought they'd get blown out by. Kobe White's a big reason why. Let's take a look at Patrick Williams' points, sitting at 11 over on Prizepicks. You're getting it at 11.5 on props.cash and a few different other books. Back-to-back games of 12-plus points. So 2 out of his last 5. 6 out of his last 10. You do like to see this ascension here. This is headed in the right direction with still a little bit more room. It has a 20 to 25 point ceiling. So we're seeing him soar past the floor, which is like 5 points. That's his floor. To see him score 13, 14 points today, that's not out of left field. It could happen. But I think this is kind of like his range right here, that 12-point range. You're not getting the greatest odds, a little bit more juice to the under, but you are getting it at a flat line on Prizepicks. So you're getting at a lower line. So the push is in play. When we bring that down, it doesn't change anything with his 10 game logs, but it does help to get the over. He's projected for 11.27 points today. So he's projected for a push. One more free throw, one more shot should get it done. So this is I'll be honest with you, I wasn't really looking at Patrick Williams point props today, but this one I always find good plays because of y'all, and there's only so much I can look at and there's only so much I research. So when we're doing this together, it does open my eyes up to certain plays. This is one I wasn't really looking at for Patrick Williams, but it does look like it's in a good spot to hit. The matchup isn't ideal. You know what? Let's finish this out real quick. I just realized the away filter was on. That may change Colin Sexton's results, but now we get Patrick Williams here. 3 straight games of going over. 3 out of his last 5, 5 out of his last 10. Doesn't change his projection, doesn't change the defensive rankings, but it does definitely change what we see here. So this looks a lot better. 3 straight games of going 12 or more, averaging basically 11 points in those games. So yeah, this one looks pretty good, to be honest with you. If you have any reservations about playing Patrick Williams, put him in a flex instead of a power. You protect yourself a little bit like that. Let's go back and take another look at Sexton's threes without the away toggle on. Much better, right? Much better. Sorry about that. I'm glad I caught it. So 3-pointers over his last 10 games. Sexton has hit this in 2, 4, 7 games. He's averaging 2.2 in the last 10. He's averaging 2.6 in the last 5. So this definitely helps, because what we were looking at before was that. Now it is on the road, so it's applicable, but just to show you what he's done overall, give you the full picture. So yeah, we still like his threes. Just you get to see what he's done home and away. All right, let's take a look at Joel Embiid's points. He's been doing better. The team doing better. 36.5 points. That's his original lines. That's his OG line. We can alternate. We can move these up too. So want to look at 5 points. No. There we go. I wish I could just type in 40 points. It's going to make me do this shit where I have to I mean, we can literally just look and see 40, but I just want the visual to match. All right, 39.5. Is it going to stay? All right. So let's look at his demon prop, because if he's going over his demon, he's definitely going over his OG. 3 of his last 5 games, he's gone over both. 5 out of his last 10, he's gone over both. We know the difference in these splits. We know these are games where he played prior to coming, before the injury or before the rest. And then his first game back from rest was the second. And that's what he's done. Matchup with Indiana is a good one in terms of pace of play, so that helps that. Last 10 games, he's literally averaging 40, but he does have that 70-point game, and that's not something he does every game. So that definitely increases his average. So don't get fooled by the average, because, it's being helped out by that 70-point game. It still happened. It's just not something he's doing every other game. So 40 points is still within range. He is projected for 41.37 points today. So that goes over Demon and that original line. So this one looks like a strong play. This might be a good Demon to put into a flex for sure. Give you that extra boost. And you can see Indiana's defense giving up a shit ton of points per game. That's my professional analysis. Indiana's giving up a shit ton of points, because they are. All right, let's talk about, we were talking about Patrick Williams. We should have looked up LeBron James at the same time. Let's look at his rebounds. I'm assuming I saw James and I saw 8.5 rebounds. I'm assuming it's LeBron James. When I pulled up James on Prizepicks, he was the only James that popped up. But he's at 7, not 8.5, 7.5 on the books. So you are getting it at a flat line. This is a pretty low line, a low rebounding line for LeBron James. 3 out of the last 5 games, 4 out of his last 10. If Anthony Davis sits, We don't have any games without Anthony Davis to look at. Yeah, I picked LeBron James. Hold on. There we go. So in 2 games this season without Davis, there are only 2 games to look at. He went 6 and 7. 3 games last season without Davis, he goes for 9, 11, and 8. So 3 out of the last 5, or 1 out of the last 2. A push is not a win, but it's not a loss. It's kind of funny middle ground there. Let's remove this and just look at what we got going on here. So I don't think it's a bad prop. It's just sitting at a flat line of 7. I don't think it'll get any lower today. So if you really liked his rebounding upside today, I think you play it at 7. I don't think it's going to get any lower. You can see where other books do have this. Every single sports book has this at 7.5. FanDuel, DraftKings, Caesars, BetMGM, and PointsBet. So it will get bumped up at some point. So if you like it at 7, play it at 7 because that's your lowest line for LeBron James. All right, last 2 we're talking about Sabonis and Fox. Let's talk about Fox. All right. We want to look at his points and assists. Let's look at his points and assists. So I feel like this one opened up at 31.5. BetMGM has it at 31.5. Very rarely does Prizepicks drop lines at the flat number. So I think this one got bumped up. I'm pretty sure it got bumped up. And it looks like there's room here to bump it up again. So here we are again. You like it at 32. This will be the lowest line you find all day. It's not going to get any lower. You're still getting it at a slight discount on Prizepicks. It's sitting at 32. The odds are in favor of the over. When we bring this down to 32, it'll be in more favor of the over. So what he's done over his last 10 games, he's not been playing well. He has not been playing well, like superstar level well. I'm sure there are a lot of guards in the league that would take 30 points and assists every game. His head-to-head games versus the Warriors look a little different, right? Look a little different. He plays up when he plays the Warriors, whether it be on the road, whether it be at home. He definitely plays up. So depending on the shades, the shades you're wearing today, you're looking at this, from the he plays the Warriors well game log, you're wearing those glasses, or you're wearing these glasses where over his last 10, he hasn't played all that well. He is projected for 27 points and assists today. Projections just really don't like De'Aaron Fox. We've seen his projections look like crap. And it's on those days where he does play well. So don't get like too wrapped up in the projections. I would even encourage you to go look at other sites. Number Fire is a free publication. If you want to cross-reference the projections that you see on props.cash, go to Number Fire, see how they have it. If you're getting similar numbers across the industry, then maybe there's some truth to it, but you might find something that, is a little different. It gives you a little bit more to think about. So yeah, De'Aaron Fox, I think he's in a good spot. This is going to be I always say competitive game, and we've been seeing some lopsided games lately, but hopefully this is a good game between these two teams. We don't see hopefully we see like an overtime game. That'd be nice. Now Golden State is coming off a back-to-back. They are at home. but they are playing a back-to-back. So some people like to consider those things. Domantas Sabonis, 43.5 PRA. Let's take a look at this. He's been playing a little better than De'Aaron Fox, according to these numbers. He's playing closer to his line than De'Aaron Fox is, so he's not too far off in some of these games, like 42, 41. He's, knocking on the door. 5 out of his last 10. He is projected for 40 PRA. Head-to-head matchup, this is the exact opposite for him. So against the Warriors, he is not playing up to that level. So it's funny to kind of see them flip-flop against the Warriors. So again, you have a couple of things to look at. You can look at this and say he doesn't play these guys well, stay away, I'll play the under. Or you can say over the last 10 games, he's, 50% hit rate. So that's a little surprising. I didn't realize those two dudes were almost polar opposite versus the Warriors. So if we go back to props.cash, maybe we have something to think about here. So we like the over on Sexton, Williams, Embiid, LeBron. Maybe we look at the under for Sabonis based off what we just saw. I'm not saying you have to. I'm just saying, we're just looking at the data. And it doesn't change your payout. Going under on these props does not change your payout. It's still the same. The only thing you can't take the under on is the demon. That's you have to play it more on that one. But yeah, your payout will still be 30x with that one demon and 3x on the 5 correct. So over Sexton, over Williams, over Embiid, over James. I'm going to put under on Sabonis. Just what I see here. And that'll round out. That will round out our first group of players. Let me screenshot these real quick, and I'll throw these over in the Discord. All right. We're going to clear the board, and we'll start this up again. Appreciate y'all being here. This is not the new time moving forward. This is just the new time for today. So I appreciate y'all being here, making the adjustments to your schedule. Hit that like button, please, on your way in. Anthony Medina, good morning, good afternoon. Hey, maybe good morning. I don't know where you live. Maybe good morning to you. But definitely welcome in. Yeah, the Embiid demon does not look bad. I agree that in De'Aaron Fox's demon at 29 points. A Vanders, what's going on? He says, I like Patrick Willow over 3-pointers as his best line. Jim the Judge, Kobe over. We got Divine liking Kobe. We got Jim looking at Kobe White as well. So Kobe seems to be in play for sure. Caruso. I'll share this with you with Caruso, because if you play fourth quarter props in the NBA, it really helps you out if you know the rotation for the team, and you can find the rotation on like popcorn machine. But like the fourth quarter props for some of these guys are at 2.5. Caruso typically starts the fourth quarter. Like he typically closes out the third quarter. He'll start the fourth quarter. He'll come back in like mid fourth quarter and like close it out. Like he's closing it out for the Bulls. So if you're playing a fourth quarter prop for a guy like that at 2.5 points, that's 1 point. That's 1 3-pointer. If you're taking the over on his threes, you can really correlate some of these props if you understand the rotation. So I like his threes today. I do like some of these little off the radar type of plays, these first quarter, fourth quarter types of plays for guys. It does help if you understand the rotations though. All right. Scrolling up. Let's see. Where did I leave off? All right. Jimmy Butler under 23 points and assists. Taking on the Celtics today. Boy, he hates the Celtics. 23.5 on both his PA and his PR. So if you had your eyes on one of those, they're the same line. Kuzma over rebounds and assists. Kuzma is sitting at damn, Kuzma has a ton of player props up right now. 11.5. What he's been doing the last 6 games, 11.5 feels a little low. We'll look at it though. Let's see. Divine says he took Demon points for Fox. Yeah, I mean, we saw that when we were looking at his lines. The Demon points for Fox looks. I think it's in play. I really do. Especially if you expect some positive regression in the way he plays the Warriors. I think you could do worse on a Demon. All right, Divine, what you got? Randall R.A. Let's do it. You like Jokic's points? You're the Jokic whisperer, man. You called Jokic's assist the other day. Calling his points again. Let's look at Randall R.A. Assists got bumped up. Rebounds are still at a really nice line of 8.5. So sitting at 14.5 rebounds and assists. Jokic's points should be 26.5. Last time I checked them. Did I just scroll past it? No. Oh, also, so we talk about demons. So the goblins are the nice ones, I guess. The goblins are the bitches. So they don't pay as well, but they're easier to hit. So if you if you have a 6-pick flex with a bunch of goblins, it's not a 25x. I think it'll be like a 12x. Like mathematically, it's not worth that. You might as well. I mean, you play what you want to play, but like mathematically, those aren't great payouts. So. All right, so we got Randall, Jokic points. All right. What's going on, Sauce? Good afternoon to you. Yes, sir. Anthony says, I think the Curry fantasy is too low at 39.5. He should get mid-40s. Let's see. Under 40 for Curry feels good, right? That feels like a playable line. All right. All right, Jim. We're gonna leave off on. We'll put Kobe on this slip, but that's where when I come back, that's where we'll pick it up. So let's take a look at Kobe White's points, and that'll round out our 6 for this round 2. So if you're just joining the chat, we're just breaking down player props. Round 2, we're doing 6 props at a time. Why did I pull up Curry again? All right, 21.5 points. All right, so we got Butler. Looking at the under. We're looking at the over on Kuz. We're looking at the over on Randall. Divine, what are you looking at for Jokic? You looking at his points, over or under? I'm going to put over for now. Curry, let's see if this, when we do the math, let's see if that gives us more than 40. And then we like the over on Kobe White. All right, where do we start? We're already looking at the Sacramento and Golden State game from Sabonis. So let's do that. We're going to work our way up now. We're going to go West Coast to East Coast with these games. And we're going to start with Steph Curry. Now, we don't have any fantasy projection for him, so we'll have to do we can do a couple different things. We'll definitely need a calculator, unless you're a math whiz and do all this shit between the ears. I'm not that math whiz, but what we can do is just kind of add up his projections and see where it leaves us, or we can look at the odds and kind of make our own assumption based off where the odds are telling us and see what that looks like. So let's start with Curry's assists at 6.44 times 1.5. That gives you 9.66. His rebounds are at 3 plus 9.66 plus 22.22, which are his points projections. That's 35 right there. Now we got to factor in blocks and steals. So we got 35, 85. Gives us 39.78 minus 2.5 turnovers. So that leaves us with a projection of 37.28. And this is just based off projections, okay? So that's one way to do it. The other way you can do it is if you want to look at these odds and just make your own assumptions. So when you see these odds, you're getting a little bit more juice to the under than you are to the over. We see his point projection sitting at 22, but based off these odds, it looks to me like the 22 points for his projection is a little low. And so I think we can pencil in 25 points for Curry as a conservative line. So we start with 25 points for Curry. His rebounds are looking to go over. I mean, this is looking closer to 5 than 4, but let's be conservative with this. Let's say he gets you 4 rebounds. That's 29.8. His assists look fantastic over his last 5 games. But can you expect 9, 8 assists from him every game? No. But I think you can expect 5 assists. 5 times 1.5 is 7.5. So that's 37.3. And this is, again, very conservative. We're not like looking to, go too high ceiling with this. Now, his steals and blocks are pretty low. So look, this is looking like he might just get you 1. So that gives you 40. I fucked up the math, but that gave you 40. You got to factor in turnovers as well. Yeah, so like we just did a conservative breakdown. It's right around that 37 line. The difference between him going over this fantasy projection and going under it is going to be the amount of points he scores. If he's going to give you anywhere between 22 to 25, I'm going to find it very hard for him to get you 40 fantasy points. If he gets you 25 to 30, he's going to soar past this 40. He's going to crush it. How does he play Golden State? Very well. Or how does he play Sacramento? He's averaging 33 points. If Curry gets you 30 points tonight, he has to go MIA from everywhere else. Like he has to get you 0 assists, 0 rebounds to not go over 40. If Curry gets you 30, he's getting you 43, 44 fantasy points. That's just what's going to happen. If he gets you 22, 23, I don't think he can get you 40. So you got a couple ways to look at this. This is very impressive, though, versus Sacramento. Home. Averaging 33 points against Sacramento at home. So I think this is pretty good. I agree. 39.5 feels low for Curry, but it's really important to kind of figure out how he's gonna. You say he's gonna get 40. We got to figure out like how do you see that happening? He's got to score. So he's scoring. He's scoring past 40 points. All right. Let's go back up. We got two players to look at from this game. We got Julius Randle. Who the fuck is Julius Randle? Randle and Nikola Jokic. All right. So we're going to look at Jokic's points. So 7 out of his last 10 games, he's gone over. 3 out of his last 5, he's gone over. At home, Jokic is averaging basically 20 points at home, and on the road, Jokic is crushing it on the road. Maybe he misses his daughter too much, and he's just trying to like crush it on the road so he can hurry up and get back home and play with his kid. But he is crushing it. The only game he didn't crush was against Philly. Look, 31, 42, 34, and 27. All this is this season. We don't have to go back to last season. Jokic's points on the road are pretty strong. You're looking at his first. I think they're at 14.5 over on Prizepicks. He's giving you 15 or more in 5 straight. If you're looking at his first half PRA like I was, this got bumped up to 24. 4 out of 5 games. So this looks pretty good for Jokic. I might play his first half after looking at this. On the other side, look at Randle, rebounds and assists. Believe he did go over this in the last game. Yep. So this got bumped up to 14. So at this line, favorable odds to the over, but at the 14 line, you know it's going to shift a little bit to the right or your left. My right, your left. Yeah. Back-to-back games of 16 plus on the road. This is last 5 games overall. Still back-to-back games, right? 26 and 16 or 16 and 16. Pick a spot. He's doing it on the road and at home. Over his last 10, you see what he's done there. Head-to-head against the Denver Nuggets. We don't have any games this year to speak of, but we have 2 from last season, 15 and 26. So the average looks really good. But when you look at the individual games, you can see one is clearly under. Oh, shit. Rebounds and assists for Randle today are projected for 14.34. So he looks like he's projected for the push, but $15 is still within reach. Hartenstein is questionable today. I don't know if he's playing. So there's Julius Randle, 14 rebounds and assists. If you want to look at his individual lines, his rebounds are at 8.5 today. So that's still within play. And his assists are, I think they're at 5 now. Are they at 5? I know on paper this is a tough matchup against the Nuggets, but I'm just seeing like the opposite in these games, where like Minnesota's defense is the best defense in the league at allowing points in the paint and rebounds, and fucking Kuzma goes out there and gets you 30 rebounds and assists. So it's like, are they that tough? It's all schedule based. If a team is coming off a 10-game stretch of playing low level teams, bottom of the pack kind of teams, of course their rankings are going to improve. It all balances out, but I'm starting to put less weight on the rankings and just looking at the game logs and what the odds are telling me. So this is Randall's assists. We look at his rebounds and assists, and then look at his rebounds. I like his rebounds at 8.5. They were at 9.5 last game, I believe. So we're getting a 1 rebound discount this game. All right, let's skip our ass up to Miami and Boston and take a look at is Jimmy Butler not a Miami Heat anymore? Do I have to reload this page? I'm going to reload this page. Good old AT&T Wi-Fi. There he is. Looking at the under 23 points and assists for Jimmy Shrimp Buckets. Looking at his odds, you can see that they're favored for the under against the Boston Celtics. These are his last 10 games. So he has a 50% hit rate and a 40% hit rate over his last 5. However, these are all playoff games. Playoff Jimmy is a different beast. All these games against Boston except this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This one and these two. The first two and the last one. The rest of them are playoff games. You're getting playoff Jimmy performances here. You see the difference? So it's one thing to look at this and say, damn, he crushes the Celtics. Yeah, between the months of May and June. But during the regular season, you're really not seeing this production. He's playing like 45 minutes in the playoffs also. So I don't think he gets you 17 points and assists today, but I think the under is definitely in play for Jimmy Butler. Also with Terry Rozier in the lineup, I know he played last night. I know he didn't have the biggest of impacts, but over time, Terry Rozier will start to pull some usage away from Jimmy Butler during the regular season. You have a capable shooter out there now, somebody that you can look to score, instant scoring. So we may see Jimmy Butler just get a little extra rest during the regular season. Looking at his projections, he is projected for 23.29, so that's 3 under. Excuse me, that's 0.21 under. So I think this is a pretty strong play for the under. If this got bumped down to 23, I would play the over on it or just move away from it because that push looks like it's more in play at 23. Like he's going to land in that range. That 0.5 is going to make a huge difference. I think this is a play where that 0.5 like ruins your slip or doesn't. All right. We got Kuzma to look at and Kobe White. Wait, did we look at Kobe White already? We did not. I guess we'll go back down to that one after Kuzma. So let's look at Kuzma's rebounds and assists. This guy, man. This fucking guy. 3 straight games of 13 or more. 6 games over his last 10 of averaging 13. 15 over his last 5. Projections slightly in favor of the over. Utah's defense not allowing a ton of rebounds per game. Hey, but neither was Minnesota's defense. But those numbers are what they are. So it's important to just know what they are. Looking at his projection today, he's projected for basically 14 rebounds and assists, which is 2.24 over his line. He's definitely playing over his average. I mean, he's averaging 11 rebounds and assists on the year, but he's averaging 15 over his last 5. So you do expect some regression to that average at some point. But I mean, we may be in a Colin Sexton type of situation where we just keep playing his over, and so you know it's going to happen at some point, but you don't care. You're just going to keep playing the over on this one until it does happen. And as long as his prop is within reasonable range, like this shit ain't propped at 17.5 rebounds and assists. It's at 11, which is still like a pretty good line to take the over on. So if you want to roll with like the Colin Sexton mentality of taking the over until the wheels fall off, I think this is a good spot to do it against Utah. All right, I did not forget about Kobe White. Let's look at Kobe White's points, 21.5 against the Los Angeles Lakers. Alex Caruso revenge game. So on the season, Kobe White averaging 19 points a game. Over his last 10, he's averaging 23. And over his last 5, he's averaging 20. Now, Kobe White's point prop on props.cash is at 21.5. So you're getting it at a full point lower than what you're seeing on the screen. So let's bring that down. First, pay attention to the odds. You're getting slight juice in favor of the under at minus 125. When bringing this down 1 point, you know it's going to shift those odds more in favor of the over. We just can't see what those odds are. It does change his 10-game log, so his hit rate increases to 70 over his last 10 games. Lakers are allowing 116 points a game. He is projected for 21.77. That's closer to 22 than it is 21. PRA is also projecting very well, as are his points and rebounds and points and his rebounds and assists, I should say. Odds for his PRA currently minus 120 to the over. Looking at his PR, flip a coin, even odds there. And then his rebounds and assists have been very popular as of late. And though we talked about his rebounds and assists before on streams, it remains in play. It's under 11, so he does need 11 to get the over. But 10.5 is a pretty strong number. We love it at 9.5, but I think 10.5 is still within range, especially when he's playing. What is he playing, like 35 minutes a game? 38. So he's definitely in play. I like his rebounds and assists, and I also like his points. And then obviously, if you like those three, then you should also look at his points, rebounds, and assists for Kobe White. All right, so got the under on Butler, over on Kuz, over on Randall. I feel like we might be reaching a little bit just based off the odds and projections, but 14 still sitting at a flat number. And we know what he's capable of. We love Jokic on the road. Based off what we saw, he is destroying on the road, trying to get home to his daughter. The faster he disposes of the opposition, the quicker he can get home and play with his kid. We broke down Curry's fantasy score. He needs to score points tonight. Unless he comes out and dishes 20 assists and gives you 15 points or some weird number like that, I think he needs to score over 25 points in order for this fantasy score to hit. Or he can come out and just like swipe 5 passes and rack up 15 fantasy points on steals. But we don't want to focus on shit like that. Let's look at what we think he can do, which is score. And then we like the over on Kobe White points. So looking at these, let me screenshot these. I did that weirdly. I'm just gonna have Kobe White, the only one in this last screenshot. I don't know why I did that. All right, it's like over 20 fantasy, over 20 player props. We just rolled through. Hope everybody's doing well. Thank you for stopping by, checking the stream out. Hit the like button on your way in. Big Icy, what's going on? Good morning, good afternoon to you. Vu, what's up? He says, I'm staying away from all the demons today. Jose says, Cat Demon. Cutler Stark, what's up, man? Good afternoon. Tatum, rebounds and assist. Andrew Ha, Jokic Demon over 29 points. We talked about that. That one did look good. We didn't like go over it, but I don't know if you saw his game logs on the road. He's going over that Demon line on the road, at least over his last 5 games he was. True Allah, good morning, good afternoon to you. Tools and Smokes, what's up, man? All right. Yeah, the over for Jokic, Divine, looks really good. Broke that one down. All right. Oh, you think so? I love these narratives. I mean, these guys read the headlines. These guys have, people telling them shit. Alex Caruso over blocks. Harrison Barnes over points. La Liga, what's going on? Good afternoon. All right. Let's do one more round of player props. Real quick. Let's take a quick look at the Odd Shopper Pick'ems table. Let me refresh this. Let's see if anything is on the table that we like. So you got that McCaffrey promo right there at the top. Got a tennis prop. I am learning that you don't have to always know the sport or watch the sport and be a fan of the sport to play the sport, to like play the prop. This could be a strong candidate for a 2-pick. So Novak Djokovic under 14.5 aces. We have a Wiggins rebound prop. We had a Claxton under PRA line. We have Gobert under his PRA. We have a NHL prop here under points for Anthony Cirelli. Karl Anthony Towns under 2.5 threes. Drew Holiday under 4.5 assists. So there are a lot of unders on here. Kobe White under his assist. In full honesty, I don't see a ton that I do like on the Pick'ems table right now, except for this tennis aces play. I might have a little interest in the Rudy Gobert under 29.5 points, rebounds, and assists. Nick Claxton is also a little interesting. If you just look at the rankings and say, damn, Minnesota's defense is so tough. But again, we talk about the rankings just being what they are. These guys still have to go out and play. They're not playing according to the rankings. These guys aren't going out there like, well, Minnesota's defense is ranked number 2 in the league, so I guess I'm not going to have a good game. Nick Claxton's trying to go out there and smash on somebody's head. So I can totally see him going over this 26.5. Maybe even looking at his rebounds as an individual line here. If you haven't played that McCaffrey promo, I know that I'm going to keep bringing her up. Mookie put his play in one of her 6 picks, and now she's just waiting on that shit to cash out on Sunday. So she's 5 for 5 so far, and she's just waiting on that final play. As soon as he gets his 1 yard, I mean, she's cashing on a couple of plays. So that you could do it that way, or you can literally wait until the weekend and play with other plays. But there are a few ways you can leverage that promo player for Christian McCaffrey. All right. Back over on Prizepicks. We're going to clear out the table. We're going to clear out this. And Caruso blocks. So, Caruso's blocks are so damn good that they nerfed it. So it is no longer gonna hold the same value. So because it's now a goblin, it's gonna nerf out the payout. So for instance, like I'm just gonna throw any other play in there. So a typical 2-pick would give you 3x. Well, this one's giving you 2.5. Basically, they're saying this is such a lock that we have to nerf it. So when you play it, we're not going to give you your full payout. So if you want the full payout, you're going to have to either play, I don't know if he has a steals and blocks prop, but if he does, you'll probably have to play that at 2.5, or you're going to have to play his block shots at 1.5 at the demon line. But that just goes to show you how strong of a play that is for Alex Caruso. But I do think it's a strong play. Let's throw his demon up there. Let's just put that up there for now. All right. Let's build out another Sixer. Let's see. Jose says he likes the cat demon. That shit sounds like a real thing on Halloween. Cat demons. Which demon? His points, rebounds, assists, 3-pointers made, or block shots. Damn, that block shots only at 0.5. Is he really not that much of a shot blocker? I never really noticed. For Cat, I guess I assume that you're looking at his points. We can look at his points. Outside of that Charlotte game, though, he really hasn't been going over this line, but like we can take a look at his points. Unless I have the wrong demon on the board, just let me know. Tatum, rebounds and assists, Cutler. All right. Oh, Jose, I didn't see this one down here. Okay, so let's remove Cat and let's look at Cat's blocks. Let's go over and take a look at Jason with the Y. Rebounds and assists are sitting at 13. All right. If you were to play these three right now, over, I'm assuming we like the over on Tatum. This, so a typical 3 pick on Prizepicks gets you a power play, gets you 5x. But when you put the 2 demons in there, the flex play gets you a 7x, which is really good. If you were looking to go power play on these 3, you're getting an 11.5x. So you're getting a 5x payout on a 3 pick entry. We're getting a 5 pick flex type of play out because those are 10x. You're getting a better one with these 3. So this one is a little interesting. We'll take a look at them when we go to props.cash. We did look at Curry's assists when we were breaking down his fantasy points. His assists look incredible. I don't think he gets you 8 tonight. I think 5 to 6 is within range for Curry. Shy says Maxey over first half points. Let's look at first half points because we don't have a whole lot of first half props that we've looked at so far. 15. I'm seeing him at 15. I believe this has been bumped up. we'll take a look at it. Oh, anyway. Cutler says Jokic over 2.5 offensive rebounds play of the day. Man, I have not played offensive rebounds, defensive rebounds I've never played them actually. I've never like gone that deep into the rebounds before. True Allah says triple double. It's a bonus play of the day. You're playing on Sleeper, right? So this triple double prop is on Sleeper. All right. Clay over 1.5 turnovers. That's I know you all cashed out on his assists yesterday at 2.5, right? Super sneaky play for Klay Thompson. All right. I always feel like a 12-year-old when I'm searching for Colin Sexton. When I'm typing his last name, I'm like, Sex. All right, 16.5 points, rebounds, and assists. Infamous Mel. I see this one down here. All right, yeah. Guys, lines are going to start moving, man. Like, there's nothing we can really do about it. Like, these lines are going to keep moving, especially with these demons. So, Jalen says Holiday over 11 points, Hero over 21.5 points and assists. And then he says that Randall's going to get locked up by Gordon tonight under 25.5 points. Interesting. All three of these are interesting. Let's look at that Drew Holiday 11.5. Da Vinci Code over points and assist. Let's look at the Holiday. All right. Been bumped up to 12. We can still look at it. You got his demon down here at 14.5. We'll keep that demon in mind. It's not too far away from what his OG is. All right. So if we were to run all these, over, under, whatever, we'll figure it out. But like, let's just see what the payout would be. So this is why people are you're gonna get really hooked on these demons. You're gonna see that 47x and your mouth is gonna start salivating and shit. You're gonna be like, hell yeah. Yeah, and if it hits at 20, that's a $940 win. If you get 5 out of these 6 right, it's basically a 5x. It's still a nice payout. So yeah, these are gonna be very addicting. So let's get this going. We got 6 on the board. Well, there's another one that I was looking at that I couldn't get in on this. Yeah, I like the over on Caruso's threes, but I like them in correlation to his fourth quarter point prop. His fourth quarter point prop when it's on the board is usually 2.5. When I look at his game logs, he's averaging, I believe, one. Last time I checked, he's hitting a 1 3-pointer in the fourth quarter. So obviously when I looked at this, it was like 2 games ago. So this was like a little different. So he's starting the fourth quarter. He's closing out the third quarter. He's a closer. So he's on the floor like in the pivotal moments of the game and for his defense. So you got his full game 3-pointers at -138. I mean, he's shooting threes in the first quarter. He's shooting threes all goddamn game. But you're not getting third quarter point props. You see what I'm saying? You're not getting second quarter point props. You're getting first and fourth quarter point props. So if those are on the board and they're at 2.5, and you like the over on his full game threes, they just correlate, especially if he hasn't hit it yet. Like if he's going into the fourth quarter sitting on 1 3-pointer, he's going to chuck in the fourth. So that's how you can correlate those slips if you wanted to take the over on Alex Caruso's threes. All right. But we're talking about his blocks today, his demon blocks. So let's look at his blocks. This is why this nerfed up. Minus 215 on the over. So we know his demon blocks right now are on Prizepicks sitting at 1.5. He's gone over 1.5 in 3 games. He's gone over 0.5 blocks in all 5 games over his last 5 games. Over his last 10 games, he's gone over 0.5 in every single one of these games over his last 10. So 0.5 was just way too low for Alex Caruso. Now you can see why the demon is a little bit of a risk, because he's only gone over this demon line in 3 out of 10 games. But demons are risky for a reason. That's why they pay out more. So you're taking a risk on this shit. So you have a decision to make if you want to take the demon on this one, because I feel pretty confident that he goes over the 0.5 blocks. But this one is definitely in play. Only question is, do you take the demon or do you just play the goblin? He's projected for 1 block. He's projected for 2.32 steals and blocks. All right. Let's take a look at Karl Anthony Towns' blocks. So this is also a demon. This is also a demon prop. At 0.5, you're getting minus 214 odds to the under. So you're getting really terrible odds for this prop, which is why it's a demon. Prizepicks is begging you to take this one. He's gone over in 3 out of 5 games. So another thing, when you look at the 5-game log on Prizepicks, you see this, you're like, oh shit, 3 out of 5 games, 60% hit rate. Over. Go panoramic on the view and look at it from a different lens and see that there's a lot of games where he doesn't even swat a pass, swat a shot. So that's why it's a demon, and that's why it's a little bit of a risk. But if it pays off, if he hits this, your slip is looking really nice. It is looking really good. So projection for Karl Anthony Towns is sitting at 0.62. Also, if you play a demon slip and you have 2 demons in there and 4 normal plays, you don't have to hit the demons in your slip in order to get that payout. Like, to get the 5, if you get 5 out of 6 right, and you missed on that demon, you're still getting that inflated payout for the 5 out of 6 right. You don't have to get all the demons right. You just have to, like, 5 out of 6, 6 out of 6. So just remember that. That's another way you can leverage these demons. All right, let's look at a couple first half props. We got Maxey and we got Colin Sexton. So let's take a look at Tyrese Maxey's. I believe we're looking at his points. Well, let's look at Colin Sexton first, since we're on the Utah-Washington game. All right, so Maxey's points are set to 15 over on Prizepicks. They are, goddamn, sorry guys. Colin Sexton, PRA. Jeez. 6. These are what are these odds? Minus 554 to the under. Hold on. Let's go to full game and then we'll go to first half. Okay. Colin Sexton is on what we would like to call a roll. So he is listen, at the 16.5 line that we have today, he's gone over this in 80% of his last 5 games, but his first half player prop has not been 16.5 for all of these games. So at one point he was 9 for 9, maybe even 10 for 10 with his player props. But now it's been inflated because of his level of production. So now we're looking at a bigger line. And now the question you have to ask yourself is, can he get it done again at a increased line? So again, are you riding until the wheels fall off with Colin Sexton, or are you going to cut your losses and say this is the game where he doesn't go over? Washington's defense is a very giving defense, so they're allowing a ton of points, assists, rebounds per game, last in the league. Colin Sexton is projected for 29 points, rebounds, and assists. I think he gets you like 31 tonight. But we don't know what his first half projection is. If you want to do the simple math and divide it by 2, you can do that. Over his last 10 games, he's averaging 17 PRA, and over his last 10 games in the second half, he's averaging only 13 points. And so a little bit of an imbalance there where he is putting out more production in the first half over his last 10 games. So if you want to keep riding that train, knowing that he is a little bit more aggressive in the first half, then these numbers look really good for the over for Colin Sexton. Tyrese Maxey points first half. Let's take a look at him. Sitting at 15 and a half. You're finding it in other books or other spaces. So let's bring it down to 15. Not the best odds, not the best numbers here. He's only averaging 13 points over his last 5 and 10 games. Against Indiana, however, we can take a look at his numbers against Indiana. He has 2 games played this season where he's gone over 25, gone under with 10. That's 35. He's averaging roughly 17 and a half points in those 2 games. He's projected for 22 points today against Indiana. That does seem a little low. $50 points. So head to head, he's averaging 26 points. That's a hit. I mean, that's going to be really helped out by that 50-point game back in November. So but he did it. He did it. It's not like he can never do it or he's never scored. You know, like it's just not going to happen all the time. So it does inflate the average a little bit. So I mean, 15 points. You're looking at it. Cut it down the middle of his full game prop, and that basically how Prizepicks is propping this up is just an even split. So he needs to be a little bit more aggressive in the first half to hit this. I don't know about this one, to be honest with you. I'm not really sure about this one. On the season, he's averaging 18 points in the first half. So you have that. Just these last 5 games haven't been the greatest against Indiana, but we got a lot of different views to look at this. So is Maxey a second half performer? It's just hard with Embiid on the floor. You know, if Embiid's scoring 50 points, I mean, is Maxey scoring 30? I don't know about this one. I'll be honest with you. I don't know about Maxey first half. Let's look at Jason Tatum rebounds and assists and Jrue Holiday. Same game against Miami Heat. We're not looking at first half for them. We're looking at full game. So let's take a look at Jrue Holiday's points. So his points are at 11 and a half in this game, bumped up to 12. So getting good odds at the 11 and a half. The 12 is still in play because he's averaging 13 on the year. He's averaging 14 over his last 10. He's averaging 16 over his last 5. Against the Miami Heat this season, 1 game against them, 17. Plays them really well. These are all playoff games. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 playoff games. And then these are regular season games here. These are all Bucks, though. This is the only game he played the Heat as a Celtic. He scored 17 points. If you're looking at his Demon at 14 and a half, he's averaging 16 over his last 5. So if you're going that route, it gives you a little confidence in playing that Demon. It gives you even more confidence in playing his original line at 12. He is projected for 13.21 points today, so that's over his original line, under his demon. He has to get hot, man. He has to knock down threes for him to get over this. But I like the over on his original line at 12. All right, Jason Tatum rebounds and assists. And then we'll start doing plays of the day. We'll end the stream on plays of the day. I'm not going to ever forget plays of the day ever again. So plays of the day, we'll start getting those into the chat. Jason Tatum rebounds and assists. Sitting at 13. So this got bumped up from 12. Pretty decent odds sitting there at 12.5. But now with the bump, it will definitely impact these 5 games. So it goes from 3 over to just 2 over and a push. If we look at his last 10, where he's averaging 12.2 rebounds and assists, he does have some really high outputs in there. Dallas, Toronto, Indiana. And then he has some pretty dud games in there as well. Head-to-head matchup with the Heat. 1 game this season. He pushed it 13. So that's an example of why that 0.5 is a really big deal for some of these lines. Not saying he can't give you more than 13, but you know, playoff games, obviously there's bigger performances. I don't mind it at 13. I think this is a good line, but again, you needed him to get you 14 today, not 13, 14 to go over. We're at 12.5, 13 would get the job done. All right. 6 up, 6 down. Now, again, you're playing this exact line. Let's say you were feeling froggy, you're jumping on this shit. So that's a 47x, all 6 correct, 4.75, 5 out of 6 correct. If you put 20 on it, that's $940. 20 times 4.75. It's like a little over 100, right? $95. It's a hell of a lot better than 40. So if you're playing demons, try to build out a slip that still gives you a good payout. And remember, in order for this to get you, the 4.75, you don't have to hit both of the demons. You do need to hit one of them because you need 5 out of 6. But this payout is not based off if you hit all your demons. It's just based off you get 4 out of 5 right, 5 out of 6 right, or all 6 right. All right, so let's screenshot these. I'll throw them over in the Discord, and then we'll start looking at plays of the day, and then we'll get out of here. I have yet to make a slip. All right, we got it done. 6 up, 6 down. Moving it all around. All right. What did I miss? Shy says, I think Embiid takes a back seat and he's up next. You think Maxi's on pace today? Like this is his game? Could be. Embiid's just tired of dominating. He's like, you take it now, man. I'm good. All right, let's start plays of the day. Let's see if we can get a few plays in here. Plays of the day, at least 5 in here. It looks like Colin Sexton is going to be a popular play. I like his threes today as one of my plays. Let's see. Jalen says Embiid over first half fantasy. All right. What else? Murph.81. What's going on? Welcome in. He says Strus killed me. Never again. Strus is very Yeah, he's very hit or miss. I remember taking his threes in the playoffs when he was with the Heat, and he missed like all his 3-point attempts. 0 for 7, 0 for 8, something like that. It was just awful, man. Like, he definitely gets the looks, he definitely gets the playing time. It's just, especially on Cleveland, I mean, he's not in a better role in Cleveland. He still has a huge usage monster in Cleveland in Donovan Mitchell, you know. Um, so yeah, but when he's on, he's on. And you can get some really low lines on him because he's not a popular play, but damn, he does hurt. When he doesn't hit, it fucks up everything. Cutler says Michael Porter Jr. over 6 3-point attempts as a sleeper. We did not look at 3-point attempts. There is some value there, though, with the 3-point attempts. I agree. All right. So I got Colin Sexton 3-pointers. Let's do got Joel Embiid first half fantasy points as a play of the day. And Jalen's putting a ton of plays in the chat as well. Gafford over first half fantasy. Jaylen Brown PA over I guess there's that Bruce Brown 25.5 PA. Unicorn over 25.5 PRA. Inc. Jokic over rebounds and assists play of the day. All right. ROK. Hero missed his points last night. Man, Hero, a one play for Hero that I saw being played a lot last night in different places was his rebounds, his under 5.5 rebounds, and he had like 6. I think he had 6. I did not touch that shit. I was like, there's no way. Sometimes you just don't feel it. You don't feel the play, no matter what or who is talking the play up. I always say, at the end of the day, you got your own research and you are in control. And if you miss out on the play, I think we have that fear of missing out, of like staying away from a play and then it hits and you're like, damn, I should have played it. And you have that fear of missing out. Dime a dozen. Every day there are valuable plays all day long. You miss one, they're a fucking Metro bus. There's another one coming in 15 minutes. Just stay patient. Don't chase plays, and definitely don't play plays that you don't feel. That's the worst feeling, is when it doesn't hit and you beat yourself up and you're like, I knew I shouldn't have played it. There are better plays. Don't ever chase shit. All right, so we got Sexton 3-pointers. We got Joel Embiid first half. We got Jokic over RA. Let me scroll up. Cutler. I didn't see this one. Says Randall under 8.5 first quarter points might be lock of the day. I'm gonna throw that one in there as a play of the day, just because it is different and it does correlate with the theory that Gordon is locking that down a little bit. So, all right. Any other plays of the day before we dip on out of here? We covered a lot of player props in this stream. Definitely over 20, closer to 30. I think we're averaging 30 player props per live stream. Today's live stream was a little different. We started at a later time, but we still had quite a showing. Hit that like button on your way out. Even if you did not hit it on your way in. 42 views right now. I would love 40 plus likes on this stream. We'll be back tomorrow, regular time, 9 a.m. Chase Wilson, what is up? Good morning, good afternoon. I don't believe I've seen you in here before, so thank you for stopping by. Looking at Jamal Murray under his points at 24.5. ROK says Randall under 26.5 points. We are just calling for Randall to have a shithead game. Except for his RA. Randall scores 21 points and gets you 14 rebounds and assists. How about that? We all eat. We all win. Rodrigo says Porter points, 13.5. So this correlates also with who called his three-point attempts over. Got to shoot to score. All right, so here's what I got for plays of the day. Colin Sexton over 3-pointers made. I think we also like Colin Sexton's first half PRA. I'm going to add that in there. Joel Embiid over first half fantasy points. Jokic over RA. We got Randall under first quarter points. We got Jamal Murray under his 24.5 points. We got Randall under his full game points at 26.5. And we have MPJ over 13.5 points. So it's probably the most diverse group of plays of the day we've had since starting this segment, which is awesome. I love these different plays. It does give you more to think about. Opens up the options a little bit. I got Porter over his points, Cutler. But you like his over 3-pointers attempted at 6. I'll make the adjustment if it's 6.5. That's true. You know his ass will shoot. He's never met a shot he didn't like. Michael Porter Jr. or Chuck. All right. Ladies and gents, I think we're good. I think we are good to go. Quite a few player props. I'll be sharing the screenshots of all the player props that we broke down in today's stream. I'll be sharing the plays of the day as well. Gonna get a flex slip in my channel on the Discord. I will say tail with caution. I've been living in that 4 out of 6 range the last few days, but 25x is near, and I'm no stranger to 25x slips. So just last few days have not been. Hey, listen, Mookie's hitting 25x's for everybody in the damn Discord, so she's eating enough for everybody. But if you don't like my slips, there are like 50 other damn slips in the Discord that people are sharing that you could look at and, you know, get some extra plays from. So it's not just me in there. It's a lot of other people doing research. So Cutler says they took down the Randall. It was too good, man. It was too good. But we still got the under on his points. Listen, if you like the under on Randall's points and we like the over on his rebounds and assists, I know that seems a little contradicting, but we've seen players all the time go well under points and go over RA. Kuzma was a good example of that. He didn't go over point prop yesterday, but he did go over RA. Very difficult for a player to also go over fantasy score if they're not getting a lot of points. So it's possible for Randall to have a good game on the boards, dishing out assists, and not go over fantasy points. So maybe look at his fantasy points and see if that's something that you could take the under on as well. Thoughts on Prizepicks Arena? Is that a promotion? I don't know what that is. Tell me what that is. Kyson, tell me what that is. All right. All right. We'll be back tomorrow. Same time. Not same time today. Same normal time. 9 a.m. 9 a.m. We got Flex Friday to talk about tomorrow. Let's build some slips out on the stream. I know we go through player props and we kind of construct them to where they're kind of like a 6-pick flex, but let's actually, let's actually submit some slips on the screen live, and play some slips tomorrow on the. Should be able to get my research done early in the morning, so definitely will have a few plays of my own to talk about. This morning was just a little different. Appreciate the flexibility of everybody today. We will be back tomorrow. If you want to keep talking player props, if you want to keep talking about plays of the day and things like that, consider joining free player prop Discord. All the information is in the stream description. 100% free to join. It's 100% free to leave too if it's not your cup of tea. But definitely a lot of fun in there and a lot of information. So you don't have to like mine, but you might like somebody else's. Give it a shot. If you don't like it, you can dip out. No hard feelings. But that's going to be it for today. Consider subbing up to the channel, hitting the like button, dropping a comment. Means a ton in helping this channel get bigger every single day. You see my referral code down there for Prizepicks. If you have not yet signed up for Prizepicks, there it is. Get that 100% deposit match up to $100. I don't care what player props you roll with. I hope they all make you money. I hope they all respect the coin. Be back tomorrow 9 a.m. to talk more player props. And until tomorrow's 9 a.m. live stream, Chavez is out.